What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Paranormal. Tonight's a special episode because it's our season finale. So for that, we decided to go back to where it all began, which is at Kingston, over here in Conway, South Carolina. This place is special to us because we got a lot of activity here the first time we were here. Kenny went back with some other folks, and same thing, he got some crazy EVPs. We got some, crazy things on some of the audio devices he had, just a lot of activity. This is actually where we got the famous phantom floating by my face. So again, we decided to close out what's been an amazing season for us. We thought we'd come back here. So without further ado, let's check it out. Okay, so we're going to start out the investigation kind of the same place we did last time, only because we got some pretty interesting information like right off the bat. This is where, as I said earlier, if you watched the previous episode, you can see some kind of weird like mist type figure move past my head. This is right in the same spot where that happened. We also got a weird like voice that said Kenny. Again, we were right around this area when that happened as well. So we figured, why not? Let's start the episode off right where we started it last time, and we'll get a spirit box session going and see what we can pick up.
Sounds good. Richie Drew for 1 hour heating and air. About Melton.
Melton, are you here?
Okay, so you guys all know the drill.
Whoa, convict.
All right. If there's something here that would like to speak to us, you can speak into this box in my hand.
I swear that one country song is always on.
Always.
He's like, ah.
If there's anybody here with us, can you tell us your name?
Name.
Cornelius Renford?
Yeah, I was like, huh?
Okay, Cornelius. What was that name you picked up?
Here?
Beard?
No, here? You meant here?
Yeah.
I think it was Collins.
It was what?
Collins.
Collins. If there's somebody named Collins here that wishes to speak with us, can you speak into this box? Are you here with us, Collins?
Is there a Collins here with us? Whoa, that was creepy. No, not any demons.
Yeah, no demons.
Yeah, we're good on those.
Y'all back off. If there's somebody here that was here when the original church was built, and you'd like to speak to us, can you speak into this box?
Church. If you're nearby us, we always ask this, but can you say our names back to us? Can you say Matt?
You're doing that.
Yeah. Not Bon Jovi either, no.
Can you say Kenny? Hell no!
Hell no, fuck that guy. Weird things. Alright, is there anybody that was born here in Conway? I don't know what that was.
Is there anybody here that used to attend the church right behind me?
That was weird.
Yeah. Anybody here that was when it was built?
It sounds kind of like more muffled than usual.
Yeah.
If anybody's standing next to us, can you tap us on the shoulder? Or just tell us your name?
Is this your Philip?
I don't know what that was. That
Is there
decoy?
somebody here with us named Philip?
Whoa. Is there a Philip here?
Philip, if that is your name, can you tell us what you did here?
Whoa. Something definitely came through. Can you say that again, Philip?
Are you still here with us, Philip? Can you say yes or no? Philip, you can get closer to us. We're not here to disturb you or cause you harm. We just want some more information, okay? So, Philip, if you're here with us, can you say yes or no?
I don't. If it's not Philip that's with us, can you tell us your name? No. Definitely heard no.
Yeah. Are we disturbing you?
Huh.
Do you wish we weren't here? Do you wish us to leave?
Yo. Definitely sounded like leave.
Yeah.
Which always happens anyways.
All right, Philip, or whoever else is beside us. I'm about to turn this box off. So if you got something else you want to pass along to us, let us know.
This will be your only chance to talk to one of us, so...
Again, we just want to find out more information about you. We're not here to harm you or this place. Have you got anything else you want to say to us?
I want to ask one last thing, too.
Okay.
Well, never mind.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're
I
good.
couldn't even
Actually,
hear
I'm going to
you.
wait because I'm going to wait until we go over there because I want to ask about the EVP that I got.
Yeah.
Whatever. I want to see if maybe I can get some more info on that.
That was
That was a pretty good one.
that was strange only because I think both of us, maybe it was just one of us, heard Philip.
Yeah, I heard it, but I didn't hear what it said. I'll have to go back and listen to it.
No, yeah, it was kind of
deep.
garbled up with everything else,
Yeah.
but then it kept like he was trying to push through and interject every time we said
Yeah.
something. So I don't know.
mean, we definitely got. There was a lot answering in that, and it was not the
Yeah.
typical radio. It sounded like the usual thing that we expected to sound like. It sounded like that. You know,
Right.
the interference, breaking through.
No.
That one that said, I'm positive it said leave. That was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
It was like leave.
Yeah.
I was like,
Leave.
well, why the hell is ET on here? Why don't you phone your ass home?
No, that was cool. Again, I like when we get snippets of names, even if we're both grasping at straws. That's why it's always
Yeah.
helpful that you're here or somebody else is here because you
Yeah.
want to corroborate it with somebody else, making
That's
sure they
it.
heard the same thing you heard. But we got that at the last place we were at. We got a name, and I feel like if we get a name, we can actually
Yeah.
start working on something. But it kind of just went away after
I
that.
would love if Will Herb was with us.
Oh, Herb!
Yeah, he's a good one. He's a good one.
There was nothing going on in the REM pod that I saw.
Nah.
I was kind of trying to keep my eye on it. So the lights, this light here went off a couple times.
Yeah, I did see that.
But the rest of them kind of just stayed where they were. So I think we'll probably move on. Let you get a spirit box session and maybe
Yeah.
another spot of the cemetery before
That'd
we
work.
kick off our first Estes method.
Okay.
Cool.
Definitely down.
All right.
All right, so we moved over to a different spot in the cemetery. This spot, I've been here a couple times and I've gotten some pretty cool back and forth through the spirit box. I don't know how genuine it is. Of course, that's something for everybody else to decide, but I wanted to come back over here and see what we pick up over here. So we'll go ahead and get this started. All right. So, okay. Oh, we haven't even asked anything yet. It's like, relax. All right, so if there's anybody over here, do you want to say anything to us? You want to tell us your name? It seems like it's muffled again. Is there a Collins here with us? Can you say that again? Collins, if you're next to us, can you tell me if that was you on the EVP last time? I was gonna let you know though, be careful, there's a headstone right behind your foot, just so you don't trip. All right, if you're nearby us, God damn, this thing's so loud.
Hold it farther away from yourself.
It's like, oh, now it's not as loud.
Just throw it.
Yeah. All right, if you're over here, can you tell us our name? Can you say Matt? Me. Can you say Kenny? I don't know what that was. Can you tell us anything about yourself? Can you tell us what you did? That was weird.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Were you a farmer?
Philip, did you make your way over here, buddy? Are you with us? Did you mosey on over here, Philip?
Are we still talking to Philip? What that was. It's definitely not a ghost, though. Dude. I feel like I can't get a word in. Philip, if that's you, can you say Philip?
If there's somebody else over here with us, can you tell us your name?
Have you been following us? I'm just like having a lot of trouble trying to hear it, man. It seems really muffled. Let's try to step over a little bit. Is it okay if it's not Philip that's with us, and it's somebody else? Can you tell us your name? That's a rat? Okay.
Okay.
Can you tell us if you're buried here or are you somebody else? No. I don't know what that was. Were you buried in this area right here next to where we're at? If you are next to us, can you cut on one of these lights? Dude, I feel like I'm like screaming over this thing right now.
That's how I felt as well, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because I can't get it to go down there, and it's just like... Alright, if you are next to us, can you mess with the REM pod right over here to my side? It's that red light. All you have to do is just get near it. You hear that? That was creepy. Was that somebody breathing? Okay. I'm gonna move. We're not really getting anything right here.
Yeah.
It just seems like nothing's really happening. Let me walk over a little bit. Are you anybody that's buried over here? Anybody that's buried over here, can you speak with us? And tell us your name. Anna? You say Anna? Dude, crazy though. The difference between here and over there is so different.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, what the hell? It sounded like a fart. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and cut this off in a minute because there ain't much
Do me
coming
a favor,
through.
let's just kind of keep walking through here.
Yeah.
Keep asking some
I
questions.
just got to get this volume down there, man. That shit's killing me. I feel like it's just screaming in my ear right
It's
now.
screaming at your side.
I'm like, can you talk to me? They're like,
Is anybody here?
Anybody, please. Bob. Bob. All right, so anybody over here want to speak with us?
Hello, mate.
Here's a phone. If you're buried over here, can you tell us your name? Larry. You say Larry? Larry, or whoever's here, if you're next to us, can you cut on that light? That was weird. Can you say that again? Can you say that again? I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that, but
Yeah.
I swear I heard REM. Were you trying to say REM pod? Were you trying to tell us something about the equipment? Let's try over here. If anybody, no. If anybody's here, can you tell us your name? Curly.
Curly.
Curly, are you over here?
You crazy son of a bitch.
Curly,
What are you
man.
doing over here?
Boy, I ain't talked to you in forever. Curly, if that's you, can you tell us our names? Can you say Matt?
Hi.
Hi. Can you say Matt? You.
Yo.
Can you say Kenny?
But it's computer.
What that was. That was fucking weird.
It's responding back to me.
Dude, it's the same thing over and over. Say that again.
Make your computer noises again.
Yeah. Say Kenny.
Yes.
Can you say Matt?
Can you say that again?
Can you make more computer noises?
Are you a Dell? Are you a Gateway?
I think we've
Are we talking to HP?
We've hooked up to somebody's fax machine or something. Right?
Yeah. He's like, this is me from the 90s.
Oh.
I'm on dial-up still.
We're sending you a message.
Watch this one, though. Can you say Trent? Dude, it came through. Did you hear it?
Yeah, right after you said it, dude.
Can you say Trent? Yeah, not that time. You only get one.
Walk up to that corner.
Over here?
Yeah, up right with those. Yeah. I'm going to follow you through this. Go to your right, jog to your right there.
Dude, I really wish I could get this volume down, though.
Yeah.
I don't know why it does that, but... Ed. Dude, now it's getting active. All right, if anybody's over here, can you tell us your name? Can you tell us anything about yourself?
No, man.
No, man. Did you go to this church?
Is there anybody that doesn't want us here?
Do you want us to leave? Are we bothering you by being here? Nah.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like we're just getting a lot of radio
Yeah.
now. All right, we're gonna cut this off in a minute because we're not getting a whole lot, but this is your last chance to say anything you want to us. I mean, you can tell us. You can tell us to go away. I don't know, man.
That was,
It was like it kind of fluctuated, man. Like there was the beginning of it, nothing, really nothing. But when we hit that spot over there, I swear though, like I'll have to go back and listen to them, man. But there was a couple of them that came through that were really weird. But right when we got over here, and I asked a question about the church, and it's being recorded, so we'll be able to go back and tell.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard this breathing. It almost sounded like somebody came up to it real quick and just started breathing into it. It was really weird, man. I've never heard anything like that before in here. But it's just so hard to tell because it seems like it's really muffled compared to usual. And that could be because we're surrounded by trees and it screws with the signal and everything. But I don't know. That's all I can really say about that. There was kind of moments where there was something coming through, and then other moments it just seemed like nothing really.
Again, I mean, nothing clear, specific, but again, that's why we go back and review the evidence.
That's exactly
and
it. We always find something when we go
yeah,
back.
I mean, always.
think
We'll
this
go
one we
back to
will.
it, 2 months from now and find something
Yep.
we missed before. So
This one I think we're definitely going to find something we didn't hear, and probably part of it is because we're, goofing around and shit. But I don't know, man. I'm really curious to hear whatever that was because I've never heard anything like that on here before. But other than that, I mean, not too bad. Maybe we'll do an Estes method over here and see if something will just kind of go one-on-one with us instead of just talking out in the open.
Yeah.
So far, I haven't seen anything with the REM pod, but you never know. I guess we'll check it out, see how it goes.
okay, sounds good, man. All right, so this area right here is my absolute favorite area of this cemetery. For anybody that saw the first episode, this is where we started getting a pretty good indication that somebody wanted us to leave. This is for what we can only assume is a family plot. And the more questions we started to ask, it started becoming increasingly apparent that whatever's here did not want us here. We were getting lots of leaves and goes, and they were turning our lights on and off. So we're kind of wanting to do a spirit box here to see we can meet up with any of our old pals. So here we go.
Let's do it.
All right.
I
You say Shark Week?
don't know what the hell that was.
So, as per usual, if there's somebody here with us right now that wants to talk, can you speak into this box and tell us your name?
Steely Dan.
Do you remember us from when we were here a couple of months ago?
What? No way.
Coincidence of all coincidences
Yeah.
right there. We kind of remember you.
Yeah. That was crazy, man. I've never had one of that. If you remember us, can you tell us our names? What?
No.
Can you say Matt? Can you say Kenny?
Pregnancy.
Yes, I'm pregnant.
Hey, pregnancy. So if you can remember us,
I don't know what the hell that was.
we were here a few months ago, and it seemed to be that we were upsetting you the last time we were here. Anyway, that's not the case this time.
Yeah. Can you tell us to leave like you did last time?
Are we upsetting you by being here? Again? Can you tell us to go if we are?
That was
They're like, no, because you won't leave anyway.
Yeah. It's like even if I
You
say it.
persistent sons of bitches.
Now, I have a question for whoever is buried here. We went to another cemetery and found the same name there. Do you have family buried elsewhere?
Do you know anyone at Lakeside?
We might be able to walk over here a little bit too in a second and see maybe it picks up more. Now, you cut on our lights last time. Do you think you could do that this time? Can you cut on the lights?
Yeah.
Or can you mess with that REM pod?
We've got this little box
Oh,
over
the
here.
light went out.
Cool.
Hang on. No. Wait a minute.
Now they're playing games with us.
Did you cut my light off? I don't know. That might have been coincidence.
We've got this box over here on the ground. If you could get close to it, lights will come on so we know that you're close to us. Can you do that for us? Or we've got lights around us. You can step close to those and set those off. Can you set the light off for us?
If you don't want to set it off, can you tell us no? Do you just not want to talk to us?
Christ!
Do you just want us to leave?
I think we should use your method that you were talking about earlier. I think that's a sound paranormal investigational technique. We should
That's that.
creepy heavy breathing.
Yeah,
That
that's
was-
So is that somebody right here with us? For lack of a better term?
No, I think we're gonna bust it out. Are you ready for your technique that you proposed earlier? I say, man,
Yeah, I do declare that would be a brilliant idea.
could you please speak into this box, sir?
Would you be able to give us an indication of your presence, you rate?
We shan't stay long. We just want to see if there's any
Phantom.
specters about.
Any ghostly gatherings around here? What? I know that shit didn't just say my last name. I'm pretty sure I just heard my last name. I mean, it is also like the same name as like a major tool company.
Right.
So who knows? Let's try something though real quick. Let's try to walk over here real quick and see what happens.
Watch out for that.
So anybody over here want to talk to us? Hell no.
Hell no.
Anybody over here? AC units?
The haunted AC
Yeah, we will make it
unit.
cold when it doesn't need to be. All right, Philip, are you over here?
Probably
Probably not.
We keep getting a lot of that weird.
Yeah, how unfortunate, that guy.
Yeah.
All right, somebody's got to tell us something here. I mean, we've been walking around like.
The place is not that big.
Yeah.
Can only go so far.
All right, hang on. Come back over here. We got something there. Is there a captain over here?
Are there any military members here? Maybe you fought in the Civil War?
Huh. Can you tell us, which war you fought in? Something came through, but I don't know what it says. Look how old that door is, man.
Oh, yeah.
Did anybody... we have...
One of the big shoulders.
Yeah. Anybody that went to this church?
Heard that, no.
Yeah.
So why are you here?
Are you next to us, or are you somewhere in this cemetery? We're not getting a whole lot, so we're gonna move on. So if you want to say something, you need to
Yeah,
say
this
something.
is your chance to talk. If we're bothering you, or you want to talk to us some more, you have to talk in this box, okay?
Just don't talk like that.
The light keeps going off,
Yeah,
man.
he's dead. Something drained it.
All right, we're turning
You're
it up.
dead.
You're dead.
It's like, thanks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bizarre, man.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell that last voice, that really weird one came through.
That came through a couple times, I
Yeah.
feel like. I mean, I'll have to go back through and watch. And I know this is one of those scenarios that everybody rolls their freaking eyes at, where you're like, oh, you're trying to make puzzle pieces fit.
Yeah.
But the voice that was over there when we talked, that kind of, like, I kind of remember you,
Yeah.
sounded just like the voice the first time we were here. I'm going to
Yeah.
go back and rewatch the video. I mean, it's impossible to say, but
Right.
that was like, we turned it off, but you're still here.
Yeah. They kinda
Remember?
have that. Yeah. That's.
Again, completely coincidence, but that's one of the things I like about the Spirit Box too. And there could be something to that. You can't just rule it out.
Right.
Which is, sometimes we get the weird voices that kind of answer what we're saying, but then we get pieces and chunks of broadcasts,
Yeah.
but they fit perfectly with what we
Yeah.
are asking. And it
does, yeah.
happens way too often,
Yeah.
to me, to be just strictly coincidence
Right.
every time.
I
I mean,
mean-
we're talking about this thing. I think I had it set to the 250 was the sweep rate. So you're literally looking at this thing going through radio stations in a tenth of a second.
Yeah.
The probability of us just saying something random and
Yeah.
getting something random in response
Yeah. Like right on
is
point.
just astronomical.
Yeah. And it happens a lot, which is really weird. It almost makes me wonder if something can manipulate it to like say. I mean, it would have to be very fast. But
Well, you think about it, and I don't put a lot of stock in it, but a lot of ghost hunters use the ovulus or the ovilus,
Yeah,
whatever
yep.
they would, and that's kind of works on the same concept. It's a bank of words, and it just allows ghosts to manipulate it and pull certain words out, and it just says
okay.
them to you.
might be worth.
Maybe
trying.
this is the kind of the same concept. It's picking things out of the radio station and pushing. Again,
Yeah.
this is all speculation. I get it, but
Right, yeah.
and ultimately, like we always say, it's for you at home to really kind of
That's it.
decide what you think. But
You can tell us what you want, but that that coincidence is pretty close.
it's weird, man.
That's it's happened so many times that I wouldn't have expected it to happen like
No.
that, you know.
No.
I don't know, but I guess we should probably do an Estes.
Yeah, I'd like to go ahead and do just knock out an Estes method in this
Yeah.
part. Weirdly enough, I don't get vibes off of things, but I do have a weird connection to this place. Maybe it's because of
Yeah.
what happened last time.
It's always active. You know?
So yeah, I'd like to do an Estes method kind of back over there by where the REM pod is.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see what
good.
happens.
Sounds good.
Go. All right. So we're in the same location. We're going to knock out the first Estes method session of the night. Again, I'm pretty fond of this area just based on the activity we got here last time. So we're going to try out this Estes method and see what we get.
Yep.
Mhm.
So if anybody's with us, we always ask this: can you tell us your name?
Ouch.
Ouch. Did you get a boo-boo? Oh, God. Are you hurt?
Go now?
You want us to leave? Do you want us to leave? Okay.
Do you want to go there?
Oh.
Weird.
Go where? Where do you want us to go? You tell us.
Excuse me?
Excuse you for what? Okay, can you tell us your name? Can you tell us if you're buried here? Can you tell me...
Your fault?
My fault what? Okay. Can you tell us our names back to us? Can you say Matt? Can you say Kenny?
Always?
Always what? You're always here? Always what?
Everyone?
Everyone as in your family? Everyone is in, like, is it, you saying your family's here or everyone's here with you? What do you mean? Try to tell us something here. I feel like we kind of got a little bit of something here, but it's not enough.
Let's play?
What do you want to play? Play what? Are you playing with us? Is this a game? What are we playing? Yeah, tell us something here. Come on. Can you tell us if you're angry? Are you lost or confused? Are you lost? Do you feel like you're still here? Do you think you're still alive? Just tell it to Matt. Speak in the box and Matt will tell us whatever you need to say.
Stay.
Stay. Do you want us to stay or do you want somebody else to stay?
Go somewhere? Make up your mind.
All right, so you want us to stay or do you want us to leave? So we're going to leave eventually, but this is your chance for you to be able to tell us something. So right now is the time for you to talk. Tell us something here. Tell us your name. We'll just start with that. Tell us your name. Can you tell us if you lived here? Did you live in Conway? Or was it Kingston at the time?
Don't forget about me?
Huh. So clearly somebody here feels maybe that somebody has left them or they feel abandoned. Do you feel abandoned? Who do you not want to forget about you? Is it your family? Maybe kids? Is it your kids? We're gonna end this soon, so you gotta tell us something here. We're not gonna hold on too long here. I'm about to end this, so go ahead and tell us. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Last chance. Tell us something here.
All right.
Well, For starters, it got really awkward because somebody was like over here, the other side of that gate, walking by. And dude, the best part is he's just walking by. It's all quiet. All he hears, everyone. Then you hear who?
The trials and tribulations of ghost hunters,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Let me tell you,
Well,
people are like walking their dogs. Ah!
He's over here, who? No, the best part is like, had it been any other thing, they probably would have been like, okay, I see what they're doing. But it's just you in a like graveyard. They can't see me. Yeah, you're just out here screaming out.
What kind of weird shit is this guy into?
This fucking guy, man. It's like, I wouldn't do that in a cemetery, but all right.
He's gonna have a story for his wife when he gets
I
home.
kind of just like looked over. I was like,
These two hooligans are in the cemetery blindfolded.
He's like, these fucking white people, man.
What kind of weird,
It's always
perverted nonsense was that?
Yeah. But yeah, it didn't seem like too much was going on. Like, I did get that something was kind of maybe lost or felt like something, like it was forgotten. It did kind of come across like that. And everyone stay. Then it was like, go somewhere, play.
Well, what probably didn't make a whole lot of sense for you being on the outside, but started to, a picture that started to form, listening to it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool because I've never experienced this before in the Estes method session, is it sounded like multiple voices, not at the same time,
Yeah.
but voices arguing with each other.
No, you're good. It was just headlights or something.
Yeah, it's what it sounded like was there was a bunch of different voices and they were just arguing.
Oh, okay.
So that one would talk over another one and then one would push something through.
And it kind of had that feeling. Like, I thought maybe like a family, which would make sense because there's a family plot right here.
Right.
It did kind of have that feeling. I started thinking about that whenever it said everyone. Then it was stay, leave, stay. So I was
Yeah,
like,
it was just very back and
Yeah.
forth, and then something else would come through, and longer phrases.
yeah.
Like I
There
don't know,
was.
but that's the vibe I started to get. Was
Yeah.
just that I was literally listening to an argument. Obviously, again, it sounded like
Go into like a family argument. It's like,
literally
oh,
like you just
shit.
walk into a family reunion after the 6th hour and the 10th beer. Like,
Yeah.
no, you go. Everybody just stay and calm down.
Just relax.
I'm important too. Like,
Yeah.
that's literally what it was. Like that's
wanna
what I
be
walked
hurt
in on.
too.
Like, my bad.
Yeah,
I'm just
that
gonna
was-
walk out of here.
It sounds like it would be this area too, because we always get a lot of that. Go away, then other shit comes
Yeah,
across.
but that's what it sounded like, dude. It literally
Yeah.
just sounded like a bunch of people arguing,
Yeah.
and I was just kind of walked into the middle of that one.
Yeah.
But cool nonetheless. So yeah, we'll move on like we always do, and I think we're gonna knock out our second Estes method. That's gonna be kind of interesting for you because this is where you actually got some really strong EVP when you were here before. So
Definitely.
without further ado, man, let's go knock it
Let's
out.
do it. All right, so we're at a different part of the cemetery to do the Estes method for mine. This area actually, when I came out here in November of last year, got an EVP, probably one of the best ones I've ever gotten. But it was right around this location over here. So we're gonna try this out, see how it goes, and maybe it'll communicate with us this time. All right.
All right, whoever spoke to Kenny the last time he was out here, can you speak to him again? You seemed pretty angry that he was.
Overrated.
You seemed pretty angry because he left without
We.
speaking to you. We, are you correcting me? So there's more than one of you. So whoever you are seemed fairly angry that Kenny had left without speaking to you. Are you still angry with him now, if you're here?
Me.
So you're still here.
Earth.
Are you trying to tell me that you're buried?
That's Sue. That's so. Yes.
So you're trying to tell me that you're buried here?
No.
Then who are you? Who am I speaking to?
That sounds like a little kid.
Oh. Okay. Who am I speaking to right now?
Speak.
I am talking. You tell me your name.
Pretty sure it just said corpse. I'm positive that's what I heard,
Your
but I don't
name
know
is
what that was.
Corpse? It got dark really quickly.
Hi.
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 You gotta have the last word? Okay, fine. So, if you were here the last time Kenny was here,
Go.
what were you trying to tell him?
Talk.
Is there more than one person here right now? How many of you are there? How many are by Kenny right now?
Feel the ground?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
How many people are standing by Kenny right now? Anybody? Is the person
Hi.
still... Hi. Is the person still here that was trying to talk to him the last time he was here? Say that again?
There was that breathing. No, never.
What were you trying to tell Kenny the last time he was here?
Leave.
You were trying to tell him to go, or did you want us to go?
Me.
So you just want him to go? Because it sounded like you were angry the last time.
Get
he was
out. Go.
here. So whoever's here is clearly upset that we're here. Is that correct? Do you not like that we're here?
It's mine.
This graveyard is yours?
Leave this? Yes.
Okay, we'll leave very soon. But we're just trying to
Leave.
communicate with you. Can you tell us your name? How old are you? Can you describe to me what you're looking at? What you see?
Go. I don't know if that's what it said. It's what it sounded like.
We'll leave in just a few minutes, I
Leave.
promise. We just need some more information. We need to know who we're speaking to. We want to make sure that we're actually talking to something real.
I think it said you shouldn't be.
We
I don't know
shouldn't
what
be
else it said.
speaking to you? Why shouldn't we be talking to you?
Who's that?
Why should we not be talking to you?
Bible.
Bible?
Running with them.
Were you here when this church was built? Did you go to church here?
Left.
You left the area?
17. Where was he?
You were 17 when you left here, or you were 17 when you died? Do you know?
Pretty sure I heard Philip.
Oh, Philip's back at it. Philip, are you here with us?
I don't know what that is. 4. Davey.
Philip, if you're here, can you say yes?
Good. Say it.
Say what?
Lady?
How many people are here right now? It sounds like there's more
Go
than one of
back.
you. How many are here? Can you give me a number? How many people are we speaking to?
I'm here.
Just you?
Read.
How old are you? Are you 17?
Okay. That sounded like a church choir. That was weird.
Is there anybody else here that wants to speak or has anything else they need to say before we leave?
Anne,
Anne?
what's that?
How old are you, Anne? Are you the same Anne we met at Lakeside? Do you remember us?
Leave. You should leave.
Why should we leave? Are you scared of
Dude, I swear to God, it just said start stepping.
Get to stepping. Why should we leave? Are you scared of us or should we be scared of you?
Leave.
Why should we leave? We will, I just want you to tell us why. Can you do that?
2.
Are you scared of us?
This is not. Getting a lot of leave.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull him out.
I'm not gonna lie, I was in that. You scared the shit out of me.
No, you're good, dude. You're good. So that was from this end. Again, it honestly sounded like there was multiple
Yeah.
beings, I guess, for
Yeah.
lack of a better term, trying to speak.
Kind of like how the way you said it over there, where it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was like that. It was over and over, man.
Because I was getting the same vibe from out here. It was felt like a bunch of different people were trying to speak to me. None of
Yeah.
them want us here.
No, that's why I got a lot of leave. That I don't know.
Get to step in.
Yeah, it said start stepping. So I was like, dude, I was trying to hold it together so bad, because it was like leave, and it was like start stepping.
Start stepping. Just walk on out.
You just get yourself
You
out
better
of
just
here.
walk on out of here.
You better walk on out. Don't make us get the big ghost.
Well, and that's what I was trying to figure out. It got kind of cool because I was asking ages, and you did come across with 17 at one point.
4 and 2, I think, came
And
across.
then I didn't really get a lot of names, but Anne came up
Yep.
again.
I heard that earlier, I think either over there or when we were over here.
Yeah.
I heard that same name.
And I asked if it was the same Anne at Lakeside. I didn't really get a response.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Shit.
But again, it's kind of the way it's been all night. A lot of chatter,
Yeah.
not a lot of,
No, like consistency.
yeah, we're not getting a lot of interactions with the lights or the REM pod, but a lot of chatter, man.
Yeah, it's definitely been a lot of information that's really not connected.
Right.
I don't know, maybe we'll find something later on, but that's the one thing I keep noticing with tonight is that it seems like it's just kind of scattered around, and it's like not like how it was with Live Oak with Herb and all
Oh,
that,
yeah.
you know, like that was something going
Consistent,
online.
yeah. Well, it'll be worth it to go back to the evidence and see if we can find anything
Yeah.
that we missed, which I'm sure we did. But
Yeah.
so yeah,
Okay.
cool.
Yep. All right, so we're actually moved to a spot that we have not recorded at before, or actually done anything at. But this spot right here, there was a time when I came here and I was leaving out, and I did get a recording, a very faint recording, and it sounded like a woman singing or humming. But we have not done this area before, so we figured before we wrap things up, we'll come over here, try out a spirit box session, and see how that goes, and run with it. All right, so all right. We have not actually been over here before, so if anybody is nearby us, would you like to speak with us? Dude, why does it do that? That is just like, oh,
You belong to me.
yeah, I don't know what that was. Okay, maybe it's right. Okay. So if anybody's right here, would you like to speak with us? tell us your name? Juan? I have a hard time believing a guy named Juan would be buried in this cemetery.
You never know.
Juan, is that you? Okay. If you're here with us, can you say our names back to us? Can you say Matt? Can you say Kenny? Can you say Trent?
I knew him.
I was waiting for it. I was like, you're gonna say it. Do you know that you're dead? Do you know is what I just heard come back. Are you lost? That was weird. Are you out here right now with us? Huh? If you're with us, can you tell us something? Just tell us anything. Your name?
Is Philip or Ann still by us? Can you say your names?
Can you say that again? Okay, Philip, I'm assuming you're not with us anymore, so who's with us right now? Are you in one of these, are you buried somewhere right here by us? If you're with us, can you set off that REM pod right here? It's this red light. All you have to do is get next to it. Did that light just die?
Yours died. Yeah.
That was weird. Did you just cut off that light, or did it just die? I don't know, man. There ain't much going on. Did you live here when you were alive? He's like, of course I did, asshole.
Duh.
Are you Collins? I don't know, man. There ain't much happening here.
Yeah. We're not even really getting the chatter.
Oh, nothing. Let me try one thing. If you want to kind of keep recording,
Yeah.
Let's kind of make our way right there real quick. We'll just finish it up over in this spot. All right, while I'm walking through here, all I need you to do is just tell me your name or anything. Can you tell us anything?
He wants to fight you. I heard that.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to fight.
I'll fight you.
I'm positive I would lose to a ghost. Can you tell us your name if you're nearby us? Philip, are you next to us? Pretty sure I just heard it right here.
It's kind of around where he was the last time.
Yeah. Philip, was that you? I don't know about this. All right, we're about to cut this off. So honestly, we'll run one more past you. All I need you to do is just say our names so we know that you're here. Can you just say Matt? Can you say Kenny? I don't think anything's happening. I think we probably ran through whatever might have been here, and now it's probably like.
Well.
Please, I just saw. That was weird.
What's that?
I just saw a shadow. I swear to God, I thought somebody was walking up behind you.
Cool.
That was weird. I don't know. That was really weird. It did. It looked like somebody was just walking right up. And then when I looked over, you weren't really doing anything. So I was like, so the fuck was that?
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, it looked like it was real quick too. Like somebody just showed up and walked right behind you. It was weird. I don't know. That was bizarre. But anyway, so yeah, you heard it. Not much happened. I figured we'd try that area out just because, you know, something's already been there before on recording, and we just haven't been over there. So I just whatever, try our hand with it. But you know, I guess that's pretty much it for the night.
Yeah, you know, we've done this before with certain investigations where you kind of hit that sweet spot in the evening where if you're going to get something, you get it then. And then I think the longer you stay, the you know, it just doesn't.
It seems like it kind of wears off.
Yeah.
And maybe
Like, they almost like they get tired of talking to you,
Yeah.
if, you know.
that could be it.
Yeah.
Or it could just be one of those times where nothing's really out and we're just thinking maybe we hear it. I don't know.
True.
It's been kind of weird though. It's been a little scattered. There's been a little bit here and there, but not like it was the last couple times we went here. But you know, it is what it is. So
You know, it's what are you gonna do? I mean, that's
That's it.
part of investigating, man. So
Yeah.
I think we're gonna check a few more things up and then wrap this investigation up, man.
that'll work.
Cool. Okay, so we're going to try a new experiment here at Paranormal tonight. It was Kenny's idea. He came up with it, and I think that there's some merit to it. So what we're going to do is we've got the wireless mics finally. So I'm going to walk over to the other side of the graveyard with the spirit box. Not going to ask any questions. Just going to turn it on, and he's going to remain kind of in this area and kind of ask some questions just to see what we get. It's kind of, I guess, in our own weird way, like a weird version of the Estes method that we kind of do, because I won't be able to hear what he's asking, and it'll be interesting to see what we get across if he's all the way over here. Again, we're just trying to remove as many elements as possible. I think that's the kind of the working theory behind this, because when we're both huddled up around this thing, again, we're all working off theories right now.
Yeah.
It may be a little more distracting, or there may be too much going on for something to get actually close enough to speak into the box. So again, we're going to try it where I'm over here, just holding the spirit box, and Kenny's going to come over here and just ask questions. He'll get a good shot of me in the camera, so that you know that we're not playing anything crazy here. And yeah, we'll go from there just to see what we get. Why not?
That'll
Let's
work.
do it.
Let's try it.
All right, Kenny, do your thing.
All right. Can you tell us your name? What I need you to do is, whatever you tell me, you need to tell it to Matt in the spirit box. Okay, Matt, again, can you tell us your name? Since Matt's over there, we're far away, but you can speak to him. Can you tell us our name's Matt? Can you say Matt? Can you say Kenny? Okay, can you tell us where you're from? Were you born here or nearby here? Did you attend this church?
Oh, weird.
Did you live nearby this church? Was it something that you value? Did you have loved ones buried here? Do you still see them? Are you standing over here with me, or are you standing over here with Matt? Are you upset about anything? Do you feel lost? Are you angry? We're not going to stay on this too long. We don't have a whole lot of time, so this is your chance to talk to us. If you have any message that you want to give to anybody, you can let us know.
What's there?
Are you standing next to one of those right now? Okay, we're going to have to cut this off soon. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to help. We want you to be able to
What was that?
communicate and tell us something. Can you tell us your name? What about the year you were born? Do you know the year you were born? Can you say Matt? maybe? Or can you say trick? So we're gonna have to cut this off in just a minute. So I'm gonna give you one last chance to say something to us. All we're trying to do is help. So if you want to tell us anything.
All right, Kenny, head this way.
Yeah. Make sure that's the
So, what the hell kinds of things were you asking? And this is why I bring this up. Granted, I'm only listening at this point, so it's kind of weird not asking questions and just
You just
listening.
hear
It's kind of
whatever
nice
comes
too.
across.
So, Devil came across one
Really?
time. This really like heavy laugh came across one time. Completely disjointed, like not like a broadcast laugh, like just this weird.
Yeah.
There was a lot of voices that were like coming out of the background, like we've
Okay.
noticed before.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what is he over here? Especially when Devil came across, I
You're
was like,
Satan. He's like, well, yes, I am. Why do you ask?
what the devil? Like, so what were you saying over there?
So the first thing I started asking, of course, the usual stuff. I asked if you're born here, name and all that, and then I asked, of course, to say our names. So that's more like a confirmation to know somebody's here. But the one thing I could think of with that is that I did ask, did you go to this church? Was this church valuable to you? And then I asked, are you angry? Are you, angry at somebody? Or are there feelings? Are you lost? After that, it kind of went back to the normal. I asked if you're here, just tell us something. We're trying to help. I don't know if I really went into anything like that as far as, are you evil? That probably would have been a good thing to ask, but especially there alone with it. But no, that could be, I don't know. I mean, it could be just something that's over here with you, or it could be after asking if it's angry, that it's giving, a message that it's not something good,
Right. That was weird though, man. I'm really interested, especially the way we did this one.
Yeah.
To go back and watch how it lines up.
Yeah.
Especially because again, I'm just holding the spirit box. You're over there speaking, but again with the
Right.
wireless mics, I couldn't hear what you were asking at all.
Yeah.
But you could hear the spirit box, so it'll definitely be interesting to see if anything did line up and what that was.
Exactly.
So, cool.
I do think there was a couple times, and of course, like I'll have to hear it too, but there was a couple times I do remember asking something, and it seemed like I couldn't hear what it said, but the timing was right on point. Like I would hear it do the break, it does that little, and then it goes back. It did it almost every time after I asked a question. So it could be that something lined up. I guess we'll find out when we go back and look and see how that is,
Hell yeah, man. Cool. All right, so once again, another really interesting investigation here at Kingston. I'm glad we came back for the season finale. A lot going on here as far as chatter. A lot more than I remember there being the first time we came out and investigated as well. So
to see a little more.
yeah, so we're gonna have a lot of things to go through before we do the recap. A lot of footage to go through, but I'm curious to see what we actually caught, especially with your EVP, because we had a lot of that going tonight, and maybe even something we caught on camera again that we didn't notice, while we were filming. So we were happy to be here. Thanks for sticking with us through season 1. We're really looking forward to season 2. We've already got some pretty big things planned and some new directions to go in. And as always, we're learning. So with that in mind, we'll see everybody in the recap.
Sounds good. See
All
you
right.
guys later.
See ya. All right, man. So Kingston for the season finale, dude. It was good. I know we say that like that's it. That's the whole recap right there. It was great. We're done. We're out. No, that was one of those. That investigation was one of those surprises that we don't find out until later. Because I remember being there and we're getting all this chatter on the spirit box, and we even remark on it while we were there, and it just kind of felt like nothing was going on. I mean, didn't get a lot of the REM pod. In fact, anything on the REM pod that I saw. Nothing with the lights, I mean, just not a lot of stuff. But then when we went both, back, and then we started looking at the evidence, especially the spirit box stuff, is when I realized we got a lot more than I thought we did. Some genuinely cool stuff. And that's kind of why we decided to go back to Kingston for the season finale. Not only was it, the very first episode where we filmed it and some cool stuff happened that night, but it's just a genuinely cool place to begin with, So, but yeah, I was pretty happy with the results. What was your take?
Yeah, I thought it was, and it's funny because we did mention that when we were there that it probably would be like that, where because I kind of left and I felt a little disappointed at first. I was like, man, the last time we went, it was just hit after hit, and then, there was weird things happening, and we went back and looked and saw things that we didn't notice, and But then, we mentioned that most likely we go back and see stuff. And, there was definitely, well, there's some interesting stuff. And then, of course, I think we had our first, I guess you'd say like a pedestrian walking by in the middle of a Essex match, which is pretty funny.
I can only imagine what was going. You know what? That dude probably didn't even care. He's just like, whatever.
He just kind of looked over, kept going about his way.
Nope. He said, nah, not even. Nope. I'm just gonna keep walking, man.
He's like,
not even touching this one.
he just glanced over, and I kind of paused for a moment. I was like, what do I do? I was like, do I just continue?
Yeah, I'm blindfolded. I had no idea what was going on. I had to watch it back to the video again. I was laughing my ass off, dude, because he started like walking really fast. You could tell he sped up because he's like, I don't want to be part of this.
I was thinking about it too. I was like, the angle we were at, you probably couldn't really see us because we were kind of behind that wall. I could see him walk past that gate. I was like, he probably didn't even notice us at first, and then just heard voices come out and was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get the hell away from here. Yeah. And then you're shouting words out, so I'm like, I'm sure he's sitting there like, what are they talking about?
What is happening in this graveyard now? Dude, we have that I have that luck there because if you remember the first time we went, you and I were in that back corner where there's a lot of shadows because there's trees hanging overhead. And you could probably only see parts of my face. And those two teenagers walked in on the opposite end of the cemetery and they're just looking at stuff, blah, 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 blah. And then the one girl looked up and then she looked at him and then they both kind of walked off.
They're like, all right. They're like,
I'm just in the shadows like, yes.
It's like, we hang out here all the time. Like, what do you want to do here? We just stand here.
This is our spot, man.
Yeah, we're just here to be creepy and stand in the shadows.
That's what we do. Yeah,
that's it. Yep. No, I mean, we did have it's like ghosts. I know. I like that one too. When we get that, well, why would you want to do that? It's like, well, why wouldn't I want to do that? It's like, it's fun. Yeah. So you get haunted, then it's not. But
yeah, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah. But so far, so good. But I was, there was a couple things that did, couple weird things like here and there that happened. I remember, I think one of the cameras, I'd set it down at first, and I deleted the footage of it, and it was just like 10 seconds long, and I didn't really think about it until after I deleted it. But the camera, it was a new camera I got, and it was kind of going all haywire. I'd never seen it do that before. It was going in and out real fast, and I've never seen it do that before. So that was, I'm probably not anything paranormal, but it was something worth mentioning.
Still weird.
Yeah, it was bizarre.
It bears mentioning because I think anytime we get anything interfering with electrical devices, I mean, you can't sit there and be like, oh, that was a ghost. But it still bears noting because, that happens a lot.
That when I was thinking, I was like, at first I was like, oh, it's messing up. And I was like, here we go. We got another one doing this. So I'm sitting there trying to wipe the lens. And then I thought about, I was like, is it trying to focus on something? I was like, what is it doing here? But that's the way it seemed. It's like it was struggling to focus in. And I've just never seen it do that before, not to that extent. But pretty weird. But
yeah. Like, yeah. That's it. That's the whole story.
That was it.
No, I'm with you, man. Again, that was kind of, I think, the focus of going here for the last episode of the first season. See, old man kicking in. I'm yawning already.
It's not a recap if you're not yawning.
We got to stop doing this at 7:30. My bedtime's at 8, bro. I can't be doing this.
It's 7:30.
I'm way past my bedtime. No, us old men get up early in the morning now. But, but yeah, so again, we talked about the first round, but Kingston and, again, what happened there, and that was cool. That's where we caught the weird mist moving past my face. You got some really cool EVP that night. But again, I think what pushed us even further there was you going back again later with your sister and catching like clear as day EVP on your recorder. I mean, there was nobody around you. That wasn't you talking. That wasn't your sister talking. And you were getting clear messages like going across that thing. That was cool. Probably the best EVP we've ever gotten at any investigation we've done, because I know a lot of it, you have to really sit there and kind of listen to what's being said. That one, it was
Oh, yeah.
quiet, but it was clear as day what was being said. So that was cool.
To had like and that to me is what it sounds like, is almost like a French accent. It's really weird. And I've gone back and listened to it numerous times, and I can't tell because, sorry, during the recording, I guess I was kind of speaking while it was, I was kind of laughing when I was listening to it. So I was like, this poor guy's like sitting there trying to tell me something, and I'm
Yes.
sitting, complaining about the thing not working, like chirping away, and I'm just like, all right, walk off. But I can't figure out what it's saying. I do want to have somebody kind of separate the audio if that's possible and see what it's saying. But it has an accent, and I don't think we've ever gotten anything like that before. I think the only other EVP that we got that was really clear like that and was really good was the one with those kids laughing, and then the one at All Saints with the little girl that said like "we like him" or whatever it was. But yeah, definitely one of the best ones I've ever caught personally and probably even heard. But I think that's what I was expecting to get while we were there, but I really didn't pick up anything like that this time.
Yeah, and I was gonna cue it up because I have that audio, but it's so faint that I'm
Yeah.
afraid it won't come over. It's one of those things you actually need to have a good pair of headphones on and listen to. But you can clearly see what's being said. I mean, or hear what's being said. It's cool, man. So I think I think those elements involved is when we were talking about doing a season finale, and with places still kind of giving us a hard time about investigating, we were like, well, if we're gonna do it in a cemetery again, it might as well be one we've had a lot of evidence in, and this one did not disappoint. Again, disappointing kind of while we were there. I think I was expecting some grand thing to happen. I was like, while we were there, and physically nothing did. But again, the chatter we got.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool. In fact, I wanted to cue some of it up and just kind of talk about it. Just some really cool stuff. So first of all, I'm going to play this one. And the reason this is significant, well, let me play it first. It's if you at home are listening to this or watching it or whatever, it's a very quick, like the spirit box goes quiet and you can hear this like really creepy breathing. And I'm going to tell you why this is significant in a minute. So let me play it first. Investigational technique. Right there. Creepy, heavy breathing. That's it. We even called it out. Let me play it back one more time. Listen for the spirit box to stop, and you really pick it up. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And the reason, well, wrong one. The reason that's significant is because I went back, because I always do. I went back through like the last time we were there, some of the evidence we've gotten, and some of the other places close by. We've gotten that before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that strange, just really quick, like creepy, creepy freaking breathing. I don't know what it is or what it means, but the more I listened to it, I was like, we've heard this before. So, man, I started going through tons of old audio, and yeah, we've heard it a couple times before.
Yeah, because it's funny because if you listen to that audio that you just played, you hear it say like that's that creepy breathing again. Because remember it happened.
Yeah.
And I don't. It's funny because I went back and like I don't. You might have it, but I didn't find it on any of my audio the first time, and we were recording during that. I mean, I had 3 different things recording.
Yeah.
But I never got that first one in there. So I don't know if maybe we stopped the recorders at that point, which is usually not something we do, but. It was pretty weird though, because it wasn't like, it picked up in a station where somebody was talking and then it just caught them breathing or something like that. The whole thing stopped and you would hear this deep, breathing, and then it would go right back into it. And the first one, was the same way, just everything stopped. So there was no radio, then there was breathing, and then it went back into radio. So I'm not sure what that was, but it was definitely pretty weird.
It's strange, and again, we've gotten it before. So like we always talk about when we are out there, especially places we've been before, we're looking for things that we can repeat. Again, because I'm not saying that what we're doing is ultra scientific. I won't say that, but still, I want to get results I can duplicate. To kind of lend credence to what we're trying to do, which is prove that ghosts exist.
Exactly.
And when you hear stuff like that happen frequently, like it helps. Our cause for sure. So I definitely wanted to bring that up. The second one the second piece of audio that you shared with me, I think is really cool. Not just because of we get the same word repeated twice by two different people, and you can tell first one's a man, second one's a woman. But this is a name that you came across the last time you were there with your sister, was Collins.
Yeah.
And that was pretty significant the last time you were there with, doing your solo investigation there. That when you brought it up again, I thought it was really cool that we got the reaction we got. And so I'm going to play it for everybody. But again, if you listen, both times you say the name Collins, we get a reply of stop. So the first time it's a man, second time it's a woman. So let me play that clip for everybody, and so everybody can listen to it. Here we go. Are you here with us, Collins?
Is there a Collins here with us? Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Investigational technique. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one was creepy too, man. I remember it sounded like an old woman or something demonic. It was pretty weird. That second one.
No. It's so cool to me just because of you talking about how the name Collins came up pretty significantly the last time you did it. So that's why you mentioned it this time. And for us to get the same response to the same name twice by two different people, that was cool, man. Clearly, whoever Collins is or was, nobody wants to talk about him. Because I mean,
Go ahead, sorry.
No, I'm just saying, we got stopped. I mean, immediately. It wasn't like, stop. You were like, Collins, stop. And then another one, stop. Like, whoa, all right.
He's the one that, like, it was when me and Angie went, like, I got a lot of feedback just standing, like, in one spot. I got a lot of feedback. At first, I got, Collins, and started getting this feedback constantly. And I think, and to me, I don't have anything to really say, for sure it's what it was. But that EVP that we were just talking about, and I can't figure out because I'm like, I don't think he's French. I was like, I don't know, maybe it was just I misheard it, but I always thought that was probably him. It seems like that would be the most active one there, because I've had that pickup so many times. So I don't know, maybe maybe they don't like him. I don't know what the case may be.
Yeah, whoever he was or whatever he did, somebody remembers him, several somebodies, and they don't want us talking about him, which is intriguing. I mean, I tried doing a little bit of history on the place itself to see if that name would come up. It didn't, but I mean, this wasn't an exhaustive search. It was just kind of a quick internet search just to see, and it didn't, but that's not to say that's still not a significant name there, so.
Common last name too, so I'm sure it's probably somebody there. I mean, it could have been somebody who was buried there long before there was ever, Kingston, that area.
Whoever he was, he pissed some people off apparently. So
yeah, I like him. I mean, he speaks to us. I'm cool with him.
So keep it in terms of some of the cool audio we picked up that night. The next one I'm going to play, we both heard it that night we were there. And what's weirder is I can't pinpoint if it's a broadcast or not. And even if it's a broadcast, it's sudden and it's just strange. And it's especially jarring because every single piece of audio evidence we've gotten in that cemetery has been kind of like chill and calm. There was the time we got your name all creepified, or it was like Kenny, but nothing still like jarring. But this is insane. So I think you were, I don't remember who was holding the spirit box, but anyways, we're going through our retinue of questions, and all of a sudden this really loud voice, you remember this, comes out of nowhere and just yells, "You belong to me."
Oh yeah.
And we were both like, what?
It's something like a sci-fi movie or something.
So I wanted to play that for everybody. So as always, this audio has not been doctored. This isn't us voicing over anything. This is what we caught on camera. So where did it go? Here we go. Let me play that one more time in case somebody didn't catch that right from the get-go. What in the world, dude?
it's funny because I'm like the first time, when I was going back and listening to it, and I'm like, I'm like thinking, I'm like, it's got to be something with the radio, but I'm like, I drive around all the time at work, and I have the radio on all the time. Never heard that. What the hell is
Well,
it?
and that's where I'm scratching my head, dude, because it was so crystal freaking clear, but it was so sudden, and it didn't
Yeah,
really match. Because I mean, for any of you at home who have obviously never used a spirit box, or for those of you that have, you follow the repetitions. You'll notice when you're picking up the same radio stations because you'll start hearing the same piece of a song, or you'll start hearing the same broadcaster speaking. This voice didn't come up at all, ever.
no, at all. Nope. And we even point that out. That night with the country music, we're like, oh, we've heard this song,
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 times. So I'm like, if we're picking up the same song over and over, it's like we definitely would know if we're picking up the same commercials.
Right.
That's pretty weird.
But
And I don't mean to cut you off, but isn't it weird that if it were the radio, why would it have said the entire thing and not cut off halfway through it?
right.
Well, that's just kind of weird to me too.
It got the entire phrase out that you
Yeah.
belong to me.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that's Collins. Maybe that's why nobody likes him.
I don't know. It's like which one of us belongs to him? We have to figure this out, man. We might not be going back.
Dude, we didn't draw straws or anything.
He just ran Lex. Yeah. Old Collins.
that's maybe that's why nobody likes him, because he's a real possessive son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's a robot too, apparently.
Yeah, weird, dude. But anyways, I thought that was really cool that because not only did we call it out, but you picked it up later,
Yeah, oh yeah.
going through the audio. But again, weird.
Yeah.
But the last one I wanted to bring up, and there was more obviously that was a little bit harder to hear. That's why I'm not going to share them. But this one I like because I'm calling it right now, man. We've used this spirit box at plenty of investigations, and we've gotten pretty good at, piecing what's a broadcast and what's not. And I can already feel people rolling their eyes at home, but there's something to be said about coincidences.
Yeah.
And it happens far more than it doesn't happen, where we'll say something and we'll get like a sliver of a word or a phrase that happens to coincide with what we're saying. And I'm sorry, dude, you can only chalk that up to coincidence so many times. Now, again, I'm not saying, I don't know the science behind this, that, maybe they can manipulate radio stations to get a certain word or a phrase out. I don't know. But what we picked up in that same family block where we were last time, where we were getting a lot of the back and forth, I'm going to play it. This, if it was a coincidence, was insane. So let me go ahead and cue that up. Wait for me to say, I don't know if you remember us, or something along those lines.
You belong to me.
Oh, what you say? Oh, never mind. Hold on.
It's Collins again. He wants to be heard.
Yeah, he won't give up. Okay, here we go.
Do you remember us from when we were here a couple of months ago?
What? Oh, it's going through all of them now. Hold on. It's out of control.
Collins coming back in.
It's going through everything. Hold up. You wanted to get Collins wanted to get one last more in there. Like, hold on. I'm not done yet.
He's like, I want you to know this.
But dude, that was too on point. At least I want to believe it was too on point to be just a coincidence. Like, what are the odds? What is the probability of me saying, do you remember us? A quick break, and then I kind of remember you.
I mean, the perfect timing. And we were talking about that when we were there, like how often that happens and how many times does it have to happen before we stop just thinking it's only a coincidence,
Right.
I mean, it could be possible.
You really gotta start doing the math on that one. Like, what in the heck is the probability that I'm going to say a word or a phrase that's just going to happen to align with 6 of the major radio stations we have going on around here?
Exactly. And I mean, right on time too. Right on time, And I think even like you mentioned earlier, last time we were there, we said something about something with a light, and then it came across saying light. And then it said grass. And I'm like, the light's sitting in the grass, and we're kind of like, okay, well, how many times does something like that happen before we stop thinking that's a coincidence? I don't know. I mean, it could be something like that. And it's just that they can manipulate it. or just we have some crazy good luck with lining it up every time.
I don't know, man, but it happens quite a bit. I mean, it's happened probably every investigations we've done. I mean, we've said something. I know I've heard where we'll say something and you'll catch a hint of a song or a lyric in a song that'll happen to coincide with what we're saying. But that was just too freaking direct, man. Like, yeah, I kind of remember you. Like, wait, what?
Yeah, that whole area, that was really where we got a lot of I mean, I think when the first place that we did it, and we thought we picked up the name Philip, that area was kind of a little active, but when we went over to that spot, because I think we even got one of them, I think you pointed it out, and I went back and listened to it, but it said my full name.
Yep.
And yeah, that was bizarre, man. Like, and at first when you told me that, and you're like, it says your first name, I was thinking like, okay, maybe it'll kind of sound like it. And then I went back and listened, and I'm like, it said my full name. You know what I mean? Like, perfectly said it. And I'm thinking like, well, I mean, how many people are going to have that name? So like, how can that be coincidence,
And even if you're basing this off of, the investigation, okay, maybe they picked up some kind of phenomena with the audio. Like we were just talking about in a text, not too long ago. We don't bring up each other's names in these investigations, even when no cameras are rolling. I'm not like saying your name like your full name. I just don't do that. So for it to pick it up out of nowhere was weird.
Yeah, I've never, and that was the first thought I had as soon as I went back and heard it. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, we don't ever mention our full name.
Nope.
Never. We have no reason to. So I'm like, well, how would it? I don't know. It was kind of weird, man. When I heard it, it did kind of like give me a little bit of chills because I was just like, all right, well, I was like, I don't know how that works. I was like, how the hell would it know? But I mean, if it's coincidence, it's a pretty damn good coincidence,
Yeah. No, again, that's just one of the many things that came out of that whole investigation. The one thing that I really wanted to pinpoint, because like you, when we're out here doing these investigations, I know for the people at home, it's not always the most fun watching them because it's literally us just standing somewhere talking to a box, hoping for something cool to come across. So I'm always up to try a new technique or a method, anything, not just to give variety to people watching this, but to try to get new evidence. And so that's why I thought it was really inspired that you kind of came up right on the cuff, like, hey, why don't we try something with the spirit box where you stand on the complete opposite side of the cemetery with that spirit box in your hand. I'm going to stay on the other end and I'm going to ask the questions. And I immediately put it together in my head like, oh shit, yeah, this could be cool because there's no outside interference for or any way we could kind of flavor what we're hearing come out of that box. Because you're over here, you can't hear what's coming out of it, but you're asking questions. I can, but I don't know what's being said. So anything I hear, that I think could be genuine. I mean, and it was even cooler because we got a solid result out of it, as people saw in that video. I mean, here you are. Again, you're mic'd. So obviously on the video, it sounds like you're standing right next to me, but we're on wireless mics. So you can just hear you, but you say, I forgot what it was in the video now. Something like, was anybody born here? And you immediately get I was born here. And I remember hearing that across the spirit box, but I mean, to me, that was gibberish at the time. You know what I mean? So yeah, good on you. Cause I think there's, some merit to that kind of experiment. So.
Yeah, and I was thinking about it too, and I kind of just came up with it more of just like a random thought. I didn't really have like a science behind it at first. I was just like, I was thinking about the Estes method, and I'm like, well, if one person's sitting there and they're technically not able, all their senses are dulled, they're not really able to hear or see whatever I'm doing or asking. I was like, how do there's some distance? Because the one thing I thought about, I'm like, whenever I've picked up EVPs, like, and we don't have a lot of them, but we have the few that we do have that are good, they're really good. I was like, every time I pick that up, it's never me sitting there asking questions. It's never me being like, can you talk to me or any shit like that. It's always I'm walking by and I'm talking to you, or I'm messing with something, or I'm always somewhere else, doing something else. I'm not really asking anything. And it's almost like you're walking down a road and the way I'm trying to, explain it is like almost like you're walking down a road and somebody just talks to you as you walk by.
Yeah.
And that's how it seems like it picks up. You know, I mean, the one in I can't remember that place now, Lakeside, I think. You were just sitting there messing with a book bag, and there's like these kids giggling and stuff on the EVP, and I'm like, well, why the, you know, I mean, so I'm thinking like maybe these things are just there, they're just stuck there. We're walking past, and they're trying to communicate right then. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, it works the same way if we're at a distance, you know, like it'll respond to me to you. I don't know. I mean, there's probably not much, you know, logic behind it and how I came up with it, but I did think about it. I was like, maybe they'll do something, you know. But I do
No,
remember.
no,
Oh,
go
no,
ahead.
I do remember it. I really haven't had a chance because obviously all I have is just what I have in my audio. But there was at one point, you know, we always laugh about how they always say Trent. You know, we always laugh about that.
Yeah.
So I said his name. I'll have to go back and once the, you know, everything's ready, I could check it out, kind of match it together. But I asked it to say Trent, and I swear I heard it from a distance say Trent, and I can hear it on my audio. And I'm like, did this? I'm like, man, they just that name. I'm like, I don't know, maybe a lot of things sound like that, but I'm like, I heard it. You know, I said Trent, and I hear Trent. You know, way over by you. I'm
Dude,
like, they just
it's
say it every
all
time.
right. And what makes it greater is that the running joke between the three of us is that when Trent does go with us to an investigation, like he's the bug light. Like they all are infatuated with that dude. Like I don't know if he gives off some kind of aura. I mean, I'm not trying to get too deep into this, but what's
Yeah,
even funnier is at a place that he has never been with us, his name
yeah.
constantly comes up.
Huh.
Like what?
I mean, that one we just did at Kingston. I asked it, you know, I was like, I said, watch this, and I said, say Trent, and then it says Trent. I'm like, right on point, you know. It's just so
Yeah,
weird how that name is. They just say his name, you know. I don't know. It makes for good comedy though, that's for sure.
it does, man. It's pretty freaking funny when the one guy on the team's not there and he's the one that keeps saying his name. It's like his name, but it's pretty
Yeah,
funny, man. But yeah, so again, I mean that wasn't the extent of everything we heard, but we don't have 4 hours to discuss, every single audio clip we got. But again, a lot of good stuff came out of that, and I think going back, especially watching the video, I think we knew it. We were just not focused on it because when both of us did the Estes method, we even bring that up that when we had the headphones on, we were blindfolded the whole nine. It felt like we were in a noisy room. I mean,
yeah,
both of us kind of echoed the same sentiment when it came to that. So we weren't getting again a lot of physical evidence. Lights really weren't being manipulated. Nobody was going near the REM pod. But as far as voices, man, people wouldn't shut up. We just weren't catching it.
yeah. I think even whenever I just did a regular spirit box method, I was getting almost kind of, you know, frustrated because I couldn't. I felt like I couldn't even like ask a question because so much was coming through. It was,
Hmm.
and I don't remember many times where it's been that noisy, you know. So I don't know, maybe it's just that area or just timing of it, but I mean, it was a pretty good investigation, you know. I mean, that place is always, it's probably my favorite place, you know. I like it. It's always, it feels welcoming, you know. It's always calm and, you know, besides it being cold as hell every time, but other than that, it's very nice.
Yeah, we seem to nail it there. But no, I'm with you, dude. There's a handful of cemeteries we've been that are just genuinely cool places. I don't even mean investigating. I mean they're just genuinely cool. And that's
Yeah,
definitely top on my list. I mean, not just because it's small, but it's old. But like you said, it's just the feeling you get when you walk in there is just, I don't know, it's cool.
it
It's cool,
feels
man.
kind of calm, you know.
But yes, but that concludes the first season, man, of Para or Normal, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah,
We've learned a lot since we've gotten started, and we're always learning more. But I always appreciate the people that have stuck with us through this first season, however rough it may have been, and kind of watched the dumb crap that we get into.
yeah,
We've already got thoughts and ideas for season two. Some places we really got to go check out. We're actually trying to get creative with new avenues rather than just cemeteries every single time. So,
yeah.
we'll definitely, you know, keep everybody updated about where we're headed to next. But yeah, I'm totally looking forward to season two. Really enjoyed season one. Um, but yeah, man, that's all I got. You got anything else you want to close us out with, brother?
That was it. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was, you know, fun. It was nice to sit here and learn everything. And I think we got a lot of great stuff, you know, through the first season. Um, Maybe eventually too, we can always try to make like we're gonna probably possibly put out some videos like our best evidence too, you know, because we do have a lot we always go back and find later on. So just, you know, same thing as always, like, subscribe, and you know, we appreciate everything. Leave us a comment if you have suggestions, you know, or ideas that would help us. We would definitely appreciate it.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah. So that's all I got. And from everybody here at Paranormal, thank you again. And we'll see you in season 2.
Sounds good.